Hey guys, are you ready to make some mulch? Okay, first thing that we want to make sure is that we have our eye protection, we have our face protection, which can be a mask of any kind, and we're going to need an extension cord, which is important to get the right kind, so make sure that you're following the instructions that came with your mulcher to get an extension cord that can support the power that you need and the length that you need. I'm also going to use a trash bag to collect our mulch, and I will show you the mulch piles that we're about to attack in just a moment. One other thing is you should probably be wearing earplugs, just because the noise does get fairly loud, which I will put in, but I wanted to be talking to you guys before that. And also gloves. Make sure you're using gloves because there's a lot of vibration and kickback when you're doing the mulching, and you can hurt your hands pretty badly. Also when you're doing like rose bush sticks, you know, those thorns can hit your hand at a very high speed and impale them basically. So just make sure you have a good pair of gloves. All right, and we will get started. Okay, so before we get started, just to show you the mulch piles that I have collected. So these are the ones we're going to be mulching, and we actually have a bunch more down in the lower area, so I'll probably continue on with a huge pile as we go, but this is the pile that I'm kind of sorting through. So you can see there's some larger pieces here, and what I'm doing is anything that's like 1.5 inches or bigger, like this piece probably is okay to go through, but you just want to be careful, especially since you see it has like these deviated areas up here that kind of go branching off. This wood is pretty light, so I don't think it's going to cause any issues, but if you have thick wood, you don't want to break your machine. It's going to try to suck it down, so try to get them as straight as possible. If you need to, you can clip off some of these pieces before you start. And you can see over there, that's where I'm throwing the bigger pieces. So as I sort through this pile and I find bigger pieces like this one, which I can see it's too big. This one's too big to go. So I will just throw that over there and we won't use it in the mulcher. So just be careful not to break your mulcher by trying to stuff things that are too big into it. Now you can see the hole, and really it's not going to let you put anything in there that is bigger than 1.5 inches. So you're kind of safe, but I would recommend going through and just sorting out your wood before you do this. It'll make it go faster. I'm going to give you a bird's eye view on some of the bigger sticks and watching them go in. And here's where we power this up. You can have this little thing in here. This is to push the sticks down when they get stuck, but don't ever put your hands or anything like that in there, obviously. Probably goes without saying. All right, so push that button. Ah. Let's check in on our progress. I've probably got through about half the pile. I've actually been pulling a few more sticks from the bigger log pile. I think we're all out of the sticks in there. And you can see, not that much. I mean, it's enough. I'm going to put it in the garden, but it definitely wouldn't be enough for, like, say, this tree, which we have, you know, the red mulch, and we did buy that, but this will be great for just reusing all of the sticks that end up around the yard and just having some extra mulch in the garden. So that's what this will do. Alright, now that we've finished mulching, now it's time to put it in some of our planters. So you can see we've got a pretty good amount here. It's pretty heavy. We don't need that much mulch, especially for the planters, so I'm just going to put some in here, and that just keeps them plants pretty hydrated and kind of protects it against weeds. Mulch is great for a variety of reasons. Alright, and so these are our roses that they could definitely use some mulch. They don't really have any, and so I'm going to put a few handfuls down. Alright, I've put some down in a few areas. Over here, some over here. And I still have quite a bit in the bag, so I'm going to put some in the garden on my plants. And hopefully you guys can see this. I don't know, there's lots of bees down here too. So I don't want to piss them off. I will just put this at an angle that hopefully you can see. And I'm just going to put my gloves on and throw it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's gonna do its job, and the plants are gonna be really happy. My carrots, potatoes, and I'll put some other tomatoes as well. Alright, so here's my happy tomatoes. And my big pile of mulch, and grab a handful, just throw it, and throw it. I'm not a very exact person. I'm gonna put some on the pepper. Pepper has seen better days. I'm trying to get it back to healthy. And on my tomatoes over here. And that actually did make quite a bit of mulch because I still have some in the bag. So I'll have to find some places to put it. Alright guys, so I will say I did have a little on here before, but I've put a lot more down. That bag actually stretched way further than I thought it would. So we've got the roses totally covered. Got some on the potato container. And down here, I just went a little bit crazier and put it everywhere that I saw any areas for opportunity. And over here in our planters, you can see, and on the tomatoes back there. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. It was satisfying for me, and thanks for watching.